Alright, in this video we're going to take a look at area, and specifically area of circles. Now this is nothing brand new to people. This is something you typically encounter in, say, Algebra 1, or maybe even in pre-algebra 7th grade math. A circle is a fairly basic geometric shape. Now when we talk about area, let's be clear, we're talking about this space that's inside here. So we're talking square units, whether it's square feet or square miles, it could be anything, but it's square units. Now here's the formula right here to find the area of a circle. So in my circle over here I have a radius of 10, so this would be pi times 10 squared. And remember, excuse me, we always want to do the exponents before we take care of the multiplication. So this right here becomes 100 pi. And I could change that to about 314 units squared. You could write it either way. A lot of times you're going to find it still written this way without the pi part calculated. It's more exact. We don't have to round it. Now, that's for an entire circle. Most people get pretty good at that. As you go further in geometry, you have to take what you know and apply it to pieces rather than entire objects. So let's draw another circle here and analyze it. Let's say we have a circle that's the exact same one. I know it doesn't look perfect, but bear with me. And let's say we have a radius of 10. Now what if you weren't asked to get the entire area? What if we just wanted to get the area like this? Okay. In geometry, that's called a sector. Okay. Now the sector is just, it's like a slice of the pie. And what you need to know is how big is that slice? Okay. Our sector happens to be, and I'll use the numbers that we had from before in one of our previous examples. Let's say this sector is 115 degrees. Okay. So my sector is 115 out of how many degrees in a circle? Well, that would be 360. Okay. So my sector is 0.32, or basically it's 32% of the circle. Well, this isn't as hard as it may look. Okay. If all you want is that 32% of the circle, okay, now that's not your answer, but that's key right there. I only want 32% of my circle. Well, then all I have to do is take my entire area, which I already calculated right here. I had 100 pi, and I need to multiply it by 0.32. I'm just multiplying it by the size of that sector, the percentage that it represents, or the ratio, or the decimal, fraction, however you want to think of it. It all means the same thing. I only have a little less than a third of that circle. So if I multiply the entire area by that little piece, I'm going to get about 32 pi units squared. And that's how you go from entire area to area of a sector. Now what you might see when you look it up in your geometry book is a formula that looks like this. The area of a sector is pi r squared times n over 360. Don't let that bother you. Look to see where it comes from. This part is just your piece. How big is the piece of the pie? And this part over here is your entire area for the whole circle. When I multiply those together, I end up with a number that represents just this little portion I was looking for right there.